Hey guys, welcome back to another video inside of my channel, and today I want to do a little story time because I've been meaning to tell this story to you guys for quite a while, but I've kind of just not ever got around to it and I kind of forgot about it, which is really funny to me. But it is summer, we're wearing a summery shirt, and I'm gonna talk about this time that this waiter body shamed me in front of my whole family. This waitress that body shamed me in front of my whole family on holiday while I was ill, so that was just the cherry on top.
Before I get started, I just want to say I have opened 2 new social medias where you can contact me on. First of all, it's my Instagram. This is my Instagram. It's at jonahh with 2 H's and A-B-B with 2 B's because Jonah A-B was taken. But basically, I try to upload on YouTube as much as I can, but sometimes I just don't have time because I'm traveling, I've got work or whatever. So if you want to see some snippets of my life, more like the funny side, I do post more funny images on here. So if you want to see that kind of stuff, make sure to follow my Instagram, and I post as much as I want to. But yeah, there's some fun things, lots of little fun things, like McMuffin. Who doesn't love a picture of McMuffin? And unfortunately, I also have a Discord server. Boo! No, literally, I have too much experience with running a Discord server because I used to have a server with over 3,000 members that I closed down because I hated it. But if you guys want to talk to me in real time, then feel free to join my Discord server. I don't expect many people to join because my channel is still small, and same with my Instagram. I don't expect many people to follow, but if you want to join it, then you just read the rules, you just verify by reacting with the emoji, all those fun things, and we have chats set up with lots of different things, including recovery chats where you can post your tips, your journey with recovery, a safe space where you need some fun things. We have question of the day, you play music. Just, I will be on here quite a lot because I do use Discord quite a lot to call my friends and stuff. So feel free to join my Discord server as well. Okay, back to the video.
Last year, I was in Cyprus. I was on my family holiday in Cyprus at the end of July with my family. So it was me, my mum, my dad, my brother, my boyfriend, who I definitely did not know for 2 weeks and went on holiday with him. I don't know what you guys are talking about. And my brother's friend, because his girlfriend was, I think, house sitting at the time in England, so she couldn't come with us, so he went with his friend instead. So we went to Cyprus. It was all lovely. We stayed in a villa, so we didn't actually have hotel all-inclusive meals. So every night we would either have a barbecue at our house if we went to the store to buy some meats, or we would go out to eat. So this is the tea. So we also rented a car, which was really fun. That's literally one of my favorite holidays ever, because I had never stayed in a villa before. I'd always stayed in hotels with other people, but we stayed in a villa for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is because we wanted to try something new. We'd always stay in hotels all of our lives, so we wanted to try something new. And reason number 2 why we stayed in a villa is because I was obviously ill, so my body had changed quite a lot, meaning I looked a bit sick, interesting, and I didn't really want to go to a hotel with lots of people where I'd have to have my top off in front of everyone, and people would see me and be a bit judgy, which is what actually the waitress did, and I didn't even have my top on. Okay, so we would go out to eat a lot of the nights, which is very interesting. It was really fun, but one day we went to the harbour, which was basically just it was a harbour with the sea and harbour. There was some boats, and at the and there was a big pathway, and then behind us was a bunch of restaurants and cafes. One night we went to the harbour because we wanted to go out to dinner. It was this really nice restaurant. I think it might have been Italian, and we sat down at the table. I'm trying to correlate my memories because it was really traumatizing. I was wearing my yellow shirt from Primark. It was a shirt, a button-up shirt, but it was just yellow, and I'm sure just some shorts and some trainers. That's all I was wearing, so you really couldn't see anything except my arms, which I do admit at the time were a bit thinner, but the shirts are long. They're like this shirt, so you can't really see up here. It's more just here. So we sat down, and this waitress, and I have no bad blood against her, she was just trying to make jokes, but there's kind of a time and a place to make jokes. So she came up to this table, to our table. We'd just been sat down. This all happened so quickly. She gave out the menus. Me and Keelan were sitting opposite each other. The waitress, oh my god, I'm literally gonna start laughing. I feel like I didn't tell the story because I would have started crying if I told it, but I'm fine now because I don't really care. So the waitress came up to me and she said something on the lines of
you need to order lots of food because you're too skinny.
And I looked at her and I was like, excuse me? I didn't say that, I just kind of looked at her, I was like, oh, okay. She was like, yeah. And then she also pointed at Keelan because Keelan's skinny too. She was like,
yeah, you both need to order food because you're really, really skinny. Like, you need to eat lots of food.
and I just remember, oh my god, my heart was like pounding so hard. I was like, oh my god, what, will this woman like shut up? So I thought that was it. It wasn't. She kind of walked away and she kind of came back. My dad was laughing. I think he thought it was funny because I wasn't showing any emotion or being like upset. So he was like, okay, this is funny. It wasn't funny at the time. So she came back to me, and she was kind of like,
You're so skinny, I can see your bones.
and I was like, oh my god, this waiter doesn't even know me, and she's coming up to my table and she's just talking about my appearance like it's nothing in front of my whole family, including my brother and his friend I've known since I was like 4. So I know this friend very well, but it's like, it's embarrassing. Like, we're at a table full of people and you're just there talking about me. And she was like, oh my god, this comment, she's literally like,
You need to eat more because you're too skinny and you'll fly away.
and at that point I was like, what the actual fuck? Like, and when she was like 6, she said more, but like she was just kind of repeating things and kind of saying it to me, like getting down into my ear. And I was kind of like, okay, I was actually rolling my eyes, like, okay, thank you. Like, you could see that I was getting annoyed. I was like, can you just go away and stop talking about me? Like, I'm here to order food. I'm not here to get like diet advice, please. Like, you're a waiter. Shut up. That's not your job. Your job isn't to go around tables and body shame people, essentially. Anyways, so she left after saying all those comments, like being like, you're so skinny, you're gonna fly away. Like, I can see your bones. Like, you're too skinny. You need to eat more food. And my dad was just laughing. I don't think my mum heard at the time. I think she heard the last bit and she was like, what? She walked away. The table's very awkward. I was just kind of looking down. And my dad was like, are you okay? And I was like, I just shook my head, I was like, no. Because I was literally about to like start crying because this was so embarrassing and hurting about my body. And I just started started eating normally again, like slowly, because Keenan was there. And he was like, do you want to go like take a few minutes like out? And then I just started crying, and then I left. I went to go, because I left the restaurant and I sat by the harbour, like on the edge, and Keelan came with me. And I don't know, I just remember having like a full-on like panic attack at the harbour, because it was just like it's like weird to explain. Like, she didn't call me fat, which like you would think that would set me off. It's like the other way around. She called me really skinny, but like if she kind of said that when I was like really ill, then it would have I think I would have been fine. I would have been, oh my god, yes, like I'm skinny. But the fact that I was like trying to recover and then she said something like that was like it was so annoying. It's like, oh my god, I'm literally like the first time in my life I'm actually trying, and this is how like the world repays me. So I was just crying and heavy breathing and all that shit. So I sat at the harbour for I think about 10 minutes. My dad came over and he like apologized to him and was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't think like that would have like set you off. I didn't know if like you would have found that hard to deal with. And at the time I was just kind of like, come on dad, like read the room, babes. But anyways, it's alright. He didn't mean it, but he was really angry at her. He was like, yeah. And then my brother's friend, I think, came over and brought me our food, because I literally said, I'm not going back to that restaurant. I'm not gonna go sit in there after what she did, because I think she saw me leave, and it's very embarrassing. Like, all the customers there like saw me kind of like get up and like run out crying. It was like an outdoor restaurant, like it was open, but like still, it was really embarrassing. And also I was in a foreign country. Like, already when you're in a foreign country, you feel more vulnerable when you're in a foreign country, because you're not used to it. You can't just be like, oh, I just want to go, like I just kept saying I want to go home now, but like we can't go home, that's fucking 4 hours away. So we couldn't just do that, and it was like the middle of the holiday, so like it wasn't like, oh, it's nearly over. It's like, okay, well, we still got like anyways. So then I think, yeah, so my brother's friend brought us the food. I didn't eat the food, I didn't want to. I think Keelan, you had a bit of your food. But we were just still sitting at the harbour. Then didn't my dad bring over, what did he bring over? My dad brought over some pina coladas for us. I don't know why, I hated it, it was disgusting. Keelan loved it and he drank mine as well. It was just too watery. Anyways, then I found out, so I was just sitting at the harbour for the rest of the meal, because obviously my parents had to eat, but I didn't want to eat anything. So I was just kind of sitting at the harbour, and my mum came up to me, she gave me like a pep talk, and she was just like, this is gonna happen when you're in recovery. Like, basically you're gonna come across people who just don't know what they're saying. They're being very rude, they don't know your situation, so they're just like very naive, and they will just say things like this. I'm just like, that's just why, like, stop talking about me like that, like that's so weird. And she was like, I know it's weird, it's rude, and blah 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 blah. And then my mom came over, and then I don't know what happened. Then a bit later, my mom came over and she was like, yeah, so something happened. I was like, okay, what happened? She was like, your brother basically screamed at the waiter. So my brother, he was 18 at the time, he's 19 now, but he was 18 at the time. And he screamed at the waiter for like what she did. And he was like, how dare you talk to my brother like that, and blah blah blah. And like, he's going through something. You wouldn't go around to a fat person and be like, you need to lose weight, eat less food, blah 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 blah. So why would you do it to a skinny person? It's like the same thing. It's like, it's disgusting. And the waiter, obviously, like she didn't know English very well, so she kind of was like, when she was speaking to me, she was like, too skinny, like fly away. So she didn't know English too well. Apparently something just kind of went off the table. My mum was very angry. My dad was trying to like calm the situation down because there's like a lot of like shite going on. The manager came down and they got all the food for free, which is like, I don't fucking give a shit. Like, if they got the food for free, like, again, Cyprus isn't here. I feel like foreign countries like that maybe aren't as developed as these countries, don't know like a lot about like issues and shite. So yeah, that's basically what happened. It was a very traumatizing experience. My rest of the holiday wasn't the same. I still had a lot of fun, obviously, but I think eating was a bit different. I didn't really eat as many snacks as I should have, would have, wanted to have. I don't know, me and my brother have always bickered when we were so, our bickering was so bad when we were kids. Like, it would like get into physical fights, but like we both like grew up, I guess, and actually started to like each other. So yeah, that was like nice that he stood up for me. And my mom was going off, my dad was trying to defuse the situation, my brother's friend was just like, and also like I was embarrassed because I was fully having like a panic attack, and Keelan was there. And I mean, I had only known him for like a month, if that. At the time, I'd only known him for really like a month, so I was really embarrassed so he would like see me like have that kind of reaction. It's fine, he didn't find it embarrassing, I don't think. No, okay, that's good. And I know she didn't get fired. I didn't want her to get fired. I didn't want any of this to happen. Like, I didn't want my brother to be like, go for the jugular. He was just doing it to protect me. But like, I know she had no ill intentions. I want to make that very clear. She obviously had no ill intentions, and she didn't know my situation. And a lot of people would be like praised, like, because like that's like the norm, you know, like the skinnier the better. Like, and so like if someone was like, you're so skinny, you need to like put on some weight, a lot of people were like, oh my god, thank you, like skinny legend. But I just think like I was not in the right mindset to kind of hear that kind of thing, because I was like, I was quite late into recovery. But that's when I started actually like just being like, you know what, there's no point for me to like keep fasting, let's just like try something new, like called eating. But yeah, so that's what happened on holiday, and it was very traumatizing. I laugh about it now because it's funny. And also, oh my god, the last day we were at Cyprus, me and Keelan went to the shopping centre. We wanted to like do some fun things like in the shopping centre. I don't know what we were doing. And we went to the bus stop because we had to wait for the bus to go back to the thingy, and we were waiting so long because it was so hot and the buses were cancelled, and it was a big thing. My parents couldn't drive us to pick us up because they had found mold in the room. Like, it was a very big thing. But we saw that same waiter waiting at the bus stop with her uniform on, and me and Keelan just looked at each other and we like literally ran away. And she didn't see me. I didn't want her to see me. I didn't want to start something because I don't know, who knows what she would have done. I'm sure she's a nice person, but like, you know what? Who knows what she would have done if, yeah. But yeah, that is my story time on when a waiter body shamed me. I hope you enjoyed this little story. Leave a comment if you want more stories. I low-key have no more stories, but I'm sure I will find some because I'm going to Mallorca on Tuesday to a hotel with Keelan and his family, so I'm sure someone will have something to say about me. So we will see, and I'm in a better headspace where I just don't really give a shit anymore. Like, say what you want, you're just jealous. I'm joking. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.